Alright, Square Root of -1 here. Welcome back to another episode of Guess the Guest. Last episode, we took a look at this replay. Had an early tower rush. We also had this player defending fairly well. Not the best, but, defending sufficiently well. And then going for a counterattack, which unfortunately didn't work out. And then evolved into a bit of a macro game afterwards. We had some workers going down on both sides. We had an invisible tower rush as a follow-up. Yeah, but anyways, a really interesting game. I guessed that this would be J Awesome, and it's time to find out if I was right. Yeah, and it's Stevenator. Okay, so let's 0 for 2 for me, unfortunately. Yeah, I didn't think it was. I think Stevenator was one of the people I did mention, but I didn't think it was him, I guess. I thought that the level of play, just because of the macro, wasn't as high of a level as like Stevenator. But yeah, unfortunate for me, but that's okay. We're gonna move on to today's episode. Yeah, let's hop right into it. Alright, so we're looking at the blue player today, in the bottom right hand side of Ravaged. So yeah, we're gonna see what's going on. Yeah, well, I'm gonna speed it up a bit so we can go a little bit faster into it. Oh, okay, never mind, we're not gonna speed it up. We have two workers at the beginning, which means this is either gonna be a tower rush or like a really early scout. No, but yeah, it's probably just like a normal scout. So worker scouts usually, if they're gonna, you can either go across the map and see what kind of tech they're doing, or you can like scout around your base for any proxies or potential tower rushes. Oh, he's sending the second one too. What did he see? He didn't see anything. Okay, this is looking pretty cheesy. It looks like it's probably gonna be a tower rush, maybe. If it was like a 2 racks or something, or 2 den, then he probably would have started it earlier. Yeah, so nothing in the production tab. He's just looking around. Okay, this is a very interesting wall-off from our red player. He's gonna make a den in the middle of the map. This wall-off, I think I recognize only one person who does it. Harold, one of the newer players here at Little War Game, coming from StarCraft. I think he likes to do this because in StarCraft 2, a lot of the times you do wall off your natural rather than your main. Unless if you're Protoss especially. And he drops a question mark in the chat because I don't know. Okay, so it's gonna be a 2 den. This is okay. So for me, when I'm proxying, I would prefer to do it a little bit outside of the ways rather than straight in the middle. Because if he goes for just a standard scout, then you're gonna see that every single time. But that's okay. So if this was gonna be a 2 den from the get-go, I'm not quite sure why he was floating so much in the early game. Yeah, but I guess he wanted to see and react. He's going for a soldier, our red player here, which is definitely not the thing to do. You want to go for a raider or an archer. Those are, I think, the only two real viable options. Well, not only two. Yeah, I just don't think soldiers are a good opening. We have a house here as well. So yeah, committing to more pressure. I think our red player did see the worker, so he's a bit aware of, okay, here comes the tower rush. Okay, I like this already. He's going to probably target it. Yeah. Some good fullback micro here. You can probably try to target one of the units instead of splitting your damage, but that's okay. Getting that soldier to chase is really good. You're gonna get this. If you are the red player, a big thing is that now you don't really have a choke point. If you had done the standard wall, you would have had like a choke point too. Like you could pull workers and you'd be able to defend your buildings from like here, rather than this where all your look at this is just really unfortunate. It's just lost so many units for free, and this tower is gonna go up. Yeah, this is a pretty well executed build. Some good micro with the wolves, making sure not to lose any of them. The pull-up micro with the workers are really good too. Yeah. Let's see what's gonna go on in the after this. Just more wolves. He is gonna be supply blocked. Okay, That's good. Getting that house out. Yeah, so like soldiers, they just die if you get surrounded, and because wolves are faster, you are gonna get surrounded eventually. I wonder if you can wall this off. Yeah, he's gonna be able to get the wall off, which is nice. Here you want to target one of the two. Okay, the tower is good too. What I would do is probably target. I actually don't know what I would do. I think if you have two wolves, it would outdamage the building tower. So if you have two of them on there, but it looks like you're not going to be able to do that. So probably just targeting the house is the right call, or maybe just having one of them. Yeah. Just building soldiers is not the right play, I think, against just these wolves. Some good micro on that worker as well to save it. But this tower's gonna go up first, especially because every single time a soldier's popping, he's trying to target the worker, and there it goes down. So not bad. Nice target fire by the red player. Yeah. So with this ramp, what you can do is you can micro it. So you could get two people, two wolves targeting it. So this is a bit of a mistake, I guess. I thought you could only get one, but okay. GG. I guess that's it. Yeah, the red player's pretty much dead. He has two workers here. I guess he's trying to take a base. These wolves aren't rallied. I think he must have rallied it to like a unit that died or something. Yeah, so I guess I have to guess. This is kind of hard to guess with just a standard 2-den. There's not much information. If I were to guess the red player, I'd be pretty confident, really confident. Like, I know I said I was confident last time as well, and I was wrong. But this time, I'm pretty sure the red player I would be able to guess. But our blue player, I don't know. Also, he said GG Wiseman. Did I miss? He did, yeah. Why is he still in the game? That's like not a thing, is it? Is it a thing? I'm pretty sure that's just not something that most people do. Okay, I guess we're gonna continue. Oh, we have a Rax follow-up as well as a castle. That's really interesting. I don't know about. Yeah, well, I don't know what's the reasoning behind going. Okay, there's the GG. Okay, I guess that's pretty much it. So you. Okay. So 2-den is a build that honestly there's not much to go on. Is our red player actually just gonna leave, or what is he doing? He's just chilling. He's not gonna leave the game. That's kind of weird. Okay. I guess the game will go on. This catapult getting some wolves. A little bit of a pullback micro. I do like this, but the timing is slightly off, but that's still, you know, pretty good. Is he targeting a point? No, maybe? Yeah, he is. Nice. That's some good micro. I think he's retargeting and stuff. Yeah, okay, so I guess let's continue analyzing. We have a Rax follow-up, which I'm not sure about. I guess this kind of signals to me that this player is actually a Rax player, and they just went for this for the cheese. But then what they're actually more comfortable is Rax, and therefore they transition into Rax. I feel like if this was actually just a Beast player, then they would just go Beast afterwards. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure about this. Our red player is still trying to save his castle. I feel like since you know this is a full wall off, if you had like quickly gone for like a tower here, you would have been able to get this. I don't think that's in range from here or here. So like right like here-ish. Then you could probably, excuse me, tower the castle down. We have an advanced workshop. This building placement, this is actually like very similar to my building placement actually. Yeah. So the reason why you put your houses here is you don't want to allow like cat drops to come in and like tuck themselves in this corner, you you ideally want to limit the space that they have to attack your mineral line. So yeah, good job, good on you, very good. This guy's also doing it, which is nice. Looks like he's gonna go for a third and a Rax, second Rax. Yeah, let's speed things up a bit. Let's get to the conclusion of this. I mean, at this point, it's kind of over, unless he can do a whole lot of damage with cata drops. He just hasn't been mining. If you look at the income, actually, it's about equal, huh? I would have thought, well, it's only like 400 different. Some cata drop micro here. Getting some damage done, which is nice. We have a drop into the main of the red player over here as well. When you're defending catapult drops, you ideally want your workers to, yeah, there you go, take that down, that's good. These catapults will be cleaned up eventually. We have the wolves dropped into the main as well. It looks like this is going to be cleaned up. He has sufficient catapults and archers, I think. As long as what you want to do here is you want to target the archers, and then with your catapults, and with your own archers, you want to deal with the wolves. If you have the catapults attacking the wolves, then you run into the issue of potential splash damage. So, friendly fire. What the red player could do is also just elevate a whole bunch of workers across. But it looks like he's just going to go for more drops. Is he going to bring some workers? Okay, to repair? Okay. Yeah, okay, so first off, I guess the two den wasn't very good. Like, I don't like putting them straight in the middle of the map. If you had put them like here or on this side, I think definitely less scoutable. And it would have hit pretty much at the same time, you know. So some optimization that could have been done there. And then just you did float a couple minerals while you were running your workers across the map, so that's a bit of a mistake, but that's okay, I guess. But honestly, you do want your early game to be really clean. But afterwards, his macro is pretty solid, and as I say that, he's floating 500, but he's like trying to deal with this right now, so. And supply locked as well. We have a snake charmer as well for snakes, but I don't know if that's really a good idea, especially against catapults. If you know, catapults, they do a lot of damage. They do like 50, or sorry, 58. I think snakes have like, what, 80? So they're kind of like basically two-shot. That's kind of like one-shot if you have like some sort of army to support, so. Yeah, I don't know about that decision, but that's okay. This is also my snake charmer replacement, now that I think about it. I feel like this might be someone who's like looked at a whole bunch of my replays. I don't know. Is this like some sort of narcissism? Where this is also something I like to do, putting I guess a lot of players do this, but yeah, this player definitely knows, and this stuff too. Like putting your buildings here, this is something that I do a lot as well. So yeah, definitely someone who definitely knows what they're doing. We have this catapult drop going across the map, looking to cancel this fourth. Although everything's going to be cleaned up. Very well, very nice. Very well done. 10 bases versus 1. It's not 10 bases, it's only almost 4, you know. But honestly, yeah, I think this is 90% Herald or J Awesome. I think it's, I actually don't know. It's probably J Awesome from the toxicity, but it might be Herald, but because Herald was the one who would always do this build, I think. Yeah, so it looks like 4 airships, probably just gonna try to drop into his main. Alright, so let's get to the analyzing part. Definitely knows what they're doing. A little bit of supply block here, but that's okay. This castle's looking kind of far away, but so this 2-den wasn't placed well. The execution with the tower rush wasn't great either, in my opinion, but it was pretty good. He microed his wolves and workers. So whenever the red player would target the worker, he'd flip back, and he made sure to get like surrounds on the soldiers and made sure to not get defeated or lose any of the wolves. So that was really good. He's mined out in his main, I think. Yeah, so that's why he's breaking his own tower. Is that an auto repair? He's gonna repair it. More racks. We have some towers here. This is also my tower placement. This one, and this one as well, I guess. This one's more, I guess, very rat style, kind of. Yeah, but so this guy definitely knows what he's doing, I think, overall. Our opponent kind of knows, but like, that's okay. Everyone starts somewhere. We have some just solid macro. Not like amazing, because he's getting supply blocked a lot. But to be fair, I also get supply blocked a lot, so. And then the real thing that really throws me, or gives me a hint, is that he went for racks after this. So it leads me to believe that he is not actually a beast person, and he just went for the cheese because he wanted to go for a cheese. You know, you have those days where you're like, I want to do something cheesy, and then nice solid cheese is a 2-den, so 2-den with a tower rush, even spice here, I love it. But yeah, so we have more. This is also my placement. What is this? Is this me? It's not me, but forges, workshops. Yeah, okay, so this is looking kind of over for a long time, but I want to say this is someone who is, again, those three people, like It's J, Stevenator, and who's the last one? I'm drawing a blank. Neagat. Yeah, definitely kind of feels like one of those people, from just the level of macro, level of play overall. I like this drop. Did he drop everything? I think he did. I thought there were a bit more wolves. What happened to all the wolves? That's okay though. Yeah, I think Neagat actually has been doing a lot of these drop plays where he drops his army on top of the other. If you remember the replay of him versus Rhinus, he also does something like that. Our red player is amused. He's gonna GG. Yeah, so Werewolf done as well. Yeah, so definitely a competent player. So let's just go through what happened in this game. So we had the 2-den. I feel like I'm reiterating this a lot. 2-den with the tower rush. It was slightly inefficient because we had the 2-dens really late compared to how much money they had. And especially with the early game, you really want to have your build order tight. And then he also did like a worker scout to kind of like throw him off, maybe on purpose. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but definitely diffused the tension, I think, from my point of view, from him being like suspicious of a tower rush or something like that. And then he just hit him with the 2-den, good wolf micro, good worker micro, you know, pulling them back, saving them. And then just, yeah, so poor defense from our red player, but that's okay. And then the follow-up was he went for a castle and also a Rax. So this leads me to believe that he's more of a Rax player. Since that's like his comfort pick, I feel like. And then the building placement is really good too. Just very solid. This is pretty much how I put my buildings mostly. So I am a fan. He did get supply blocked quite a bit, which is unfortunate. So not quite at the top level. And then the drops, I do think this is a very Neagat-ish play. Because I think he definitely likes to go for that. Yeah. So good contain, you know, playing pretty well overall. Yeah, I am gonna guess Neagat, I think. Let me think. Okay, I don't think it'll be Stevenator because, you know, he was the last guy. I don't. Maybe he submitted 2 replays. That's a potential possibility, but I don't think so. It's Jay, perhaps. Let's entertain the thought. It's Jay also has been going for beast plays these days. Actually, recently I've played a couple of games with him, and he's been going beast. So actually, if it was SJ, he probably would stay beast and stick with it. He also, when he does go beast, he usually goes for the FE Judan build. So yeah, I don't think it's SJ. I want to say it's Neagat. Oh, Barto perhaps, but he also did the game at the beginning of the first episode, so it's probably not him. Who other is like mid tier skill wise, but like is kind of good, you know? Who else? Do I know other people? This could be like a Vizix fan. Nah, Vizix fan isn't as clean with his building placement. He kind of just places them anywhere, and yeah, no. Weird Rat? No, this is too. Weird Rat would be a little bit better than this, I think. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna guess Neagat. Am I missing any players that it could potentially be? No, I don't think so. Alright. I'm not as confident as my last guess, especially because I've been getting them all wrong so far. But my guess is Neagat. We'll see if I'm right next episode. And yeah, I'll see you then. If you want to submit a replay, check the link in the description below. Yeah, we'll see you next time.